Hello, everybody. Welcome to our channel. Okay, so today we are here to study about Raphael. Raphael, as one of the great artists we know in Renaissance. Actually, currently, the artists we introduced, they are all really like great. But since there's so many artists, and I would like you guys to, I would like to uh go over this amazing artist with you guys. So then, at the same time, when I'm trying to research the information, I feel like I was recovering all the message again. I think that's a really great experience. So we can do the painting together, and we can also learn about how we can uh, study those amazing art. Okay, so we will start doing our great lesson for today. Okay, so for the Raphael, let's see. For the Raphael, so do you guys know who is he? Do you guys know who is he? Hmm. Anyone who knows who is he, you can type it in their chatting box if you know who is he, and um if you don't know, you can also type something on there to show me oh, there is someone in my there's someone in my live class right now. So I'm not by myself right now. Okay. Okay, so where did Raphael grow up? So let's started that. So wait a second, let me see. Maybe I need to get more people to be in here. Okay, so Raphael was born in Renaissance Italian city-state of Urbino, in central Italy. Urbino was considered one of the centuries cultural century of Italy and a place where an artist flourished. Okay, so his father Giovanni was a painter and point for the local duke. As a young boy, Raphael learned the basic of painting from his father. Like if we are thinking about the same as Da Vinci, Da Vinci, so then this boy maybe his name can be Rubino, Rubino. Okay, but if because Da Vinci, he was named after he was in the Italian, well, not Italian, Florence. Okay, so that's his name, Da Vinci. Okay, and also when Raphael was just 11 years old, his father died. Over the next several years, Raphael haunted his skill as an artist, honed his skill as an artist. Working out of his father's workshop, he gained a reputation as one of the most skilled artists in Urbino. So I think that's maybe that's a way he think, oh, maybe he can go to Florence to get some more a new experience, and then it also might cause him to be a great artist later on. And also then he was going to a training to be an artist. how he's going to train to become an artist. Like when Raphael like turned 17, he moved to the city of Perugia. Perugia, okay, where he worked as a work with a famous artist named Pietro Perugino for 4 years, and he continued to improve his painting skill, learning from Perugino, but also developing his own style. In 1504, Raphael moved to Florence. He was now considered a master painter and took on commission from various patrons, including the church. So you see that the work on the right side, one is done by him and the other one is done by his teacher. Can you see the difference? Not can you see it different? Do you know who is whose? Okay, so you see that like you just like cannot tell like oh which one is better, but actually the one on the left side I believe is belong to Raphael. So like he was learning from the master, but then he was getting better than them, and you see that their color, the skin, the pose, like he is like really developed really good. Like I remember when I was going to high school, like there is a girl, like she was transferred from other school to our school. He never learned art before, and when he comes to our school, it's already um like the second year of high school. Like then we already learned like doing art for 1 year. But when because he's real she was like really smart, and she get the things really quick. And then like after like 2 or 3 months, like then she's better than most of the student in our class. So like some people, like they're really talented in some way, like you just like cannot like even though maybe you already learned from 1 year, or sometimes some people already like learning from their middle school, but genius is an like unknowing like reason for like them. Okay, and then Raphael studied the works of the great masters such as Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. So, like what we learned from last 2 weeks. So one week we are doing Da Vinci, and the other weeks we are learning Michelangelo. Like they are basically like the two great masters, like the two top person in Florence. And this young boy Raphael trying to like um be there and try to like learning from like try to become like a try to be an artist in there. But like if you already have two like great master, how you can like make yourself even better? Like how Raphael did is he was trying to like copy, and then copying what they did, and then just learning from that two master. And then some in like after he tried really hard and get the that two like get the best part from Da Vinci and the best part from Michelangelo, and then he become then turn it into his own style. And then I think that's a really great like really great experience to for him to become one of the master, because before it's only two, and then after he joined it, then these three guys like Michelangelo, Raphael, and Da Vinci, like they become three of the great artists in Renaissance period times. So you see that Raphael studied the works of the great masters such as Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, and he absorbed a lot of their style and technique, but maintained his own unique style. Raphael and was considered a friendly and social artist. People like him and enjoy his company. Okay, so it's really which is really funny. Like so Michelangelo was really amazing, but everything he did is really muscle, really strong. Sometimes it's ugly. And you guys remember I last week I told it like when Michelangelo was doing the Sicily like temporal trample like when it's out of money, and Michelangelo just ride a horse, go to the war, and find a pole and say, "Oh, we are out of money. If you don't pay me, I'm not going to finish it," for twice. So like he was really like his temper is really like uh rough. It's kind of like and then his work, most of his works like it's really muscle, really strong, and like it's in good part in some way. But sometimes if you want to draw like a beauty, like a face nice and friendly, and he might not be their option. And plus the Da Vinci at that period of time, like 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 he was so amazing, but he cannot finish the work. So like Leonardo da Vinci is like, oh, he's so great, but he cannot finish. And most of his work was like he spent his entire life only have 50 works. 50. Like compared to Picasso. Like Picasso, how many? You remember? Like around like 3,000 of works. And compared to like Da Vinci, even though we counted his like a script, like hand script, he still only have 50. So compared to that too, suddenly Raphael was collecting the good parts for Da Vinci, like the face, the impression, and also the pose from Michelangelo. So he suddenly becomes super popular. And then everyone would like to have his works for him for to help them to do the works. And then you see that. So how he was thinking how I can become more popular. And then he was painting for the poem. Okay, so by 5008, Raphael's fame had spread to Rome, and he was invited to decorate some of the rooms called Censor. Okay, in the vacant by poem Julius II. It was here that Raphael painted his greatest work, The School of Athens. By the time he had completed the rooms, he was considered one of the great artists of Italian. So like before, like he tried to do a lot of portrait, but then how he become like a great master is started from like he was getting the right person, like the poem, and also like having a more opportunity to prove himself to become like to get be able to do more like amazing works. Okay. And so you see that this one. So this is Raphael painting were known for their range. So you see that Raphael's painting were then he was known for their range, variety, grace, strength, and dignity. Okay, so one art critic said that his work as was more lifelike than life itself, more lifelike than life itself. So his artwork is often credited as the perfect example of classical art and the High Renaissance. He is considered by many to be one of the great painters of all time. So you see that the Maria he painted, and the right side like this lady he did was really amazing. So then people will like at that time it just like it just like now we have those like a filter for our camera, so like it just beauty like looks really nice, and it was beauty than the real what it real look like. And then people will that's why people will get crazy to say, oh, Raphael, please do me a portrait. And then at that time if someone said, "Wow, you look so pretty, like Raphael's Maria," then it was like a high compromise for the lady. So like people would think, "Whoa, she's really pretty." It's just like a standard for people to doing pretty. So it's really funny. So then he have a really good temper and look really good, and also he's painting just like a portrait with a filter, so that's why he was so popular at that time. So all the people was like chasing after him to want him to painted themselves. And then I feel like this is really funny to be. So have you guys seen these like teenager mutant ninja turtle Michelangelo Donatello Leonardo and Raphael taught all like these four turtle, like they said it, like if like if without this comic, like people won't like notice like, oh, that's a Renaissance artist. But I think this is really funny. But like I didn't see this movie, but people see that they might think, oh wow, they are so cool. So while like and then let's keep going. Okay, so after like Raphael was did a really like amazing portrait and things like that, and he was getting their uh uh pure like the poem and asked him to do a large like school of ethic, like is a fresco painted by Raphael between 1510 and 1511. It was painted on the wall of the library in the palace at the Vatican. The painting shows many of the philosophy of ancient Greece, including Plato, scholarly, like so many like great like a master for in different fields. And also, he was did a really amazing job by like painting the Da Vinci inside inside it, and also painted Michelangelo inside the painting. So I think like he's did a really good job, and he's really friendly. And even though like you know that Michelangelo was having a fight with him, but he was also all like still like doing the portrait for making the portrait inside. So he just proved himself can do the portrait with a really light like filter and nice color, but also he can manage the mural painting. So after this painting and this, Raphael finally was the same, like put his name with like Leonardo and Da Vinci. Okay, so one of the great like three of their master. So which is really cool. Like in even though there's so many people in the painting, but it won't be like, oh, the people are not connected with each other, or there's some people really like pop up or not merge into the painting. So his skill for doing the like showing the people how they are how they interact with each other, and how they can like showing their face and pose and things in there. So I think this just making him a really nice gray master. Okay, and then he was like he's one of his famous painting, the Sistines Mondana, is an oil painting by Raphael from 1513. Raphael was famous for these many paintings of the Madonnas, which he depict in different mood and size. Today, the most famous parts of the painting is the two angels, or tribune at the bottom. This angel was being featured on modern day stamp, t-shirt, postcard, and more. But as you know, the the Maria looks really really nice. Madonna. Okay, so everything in this picture looks really nice, and the face is really soft, like compared to other people. Like you guys can see at the same time, other people, and they are like the face even either like they have no face, or their face is not like soft as like you will feel like, oh, it's really friendly, it's really nice. So he really like putting their skill in there. Okay, let's take a look back on this. The portrait of Paul Jesus to like Raphael also painted many portraits. The painting of Paul Julius II was very unique at the time, as it shows the poem from the side and in the pondering mode. It became the model for the future portrait of the poem. Okay, and then the the wording, sorry. The Transfiguration. Okay, the Raphael painted the Transfiguration in 1517. It was Raphael's largest painting on canvas and one of the last painting he finished before he died. So even though like Raphael is a really friendly person, and he cannot say no to like other people, because after like Juliet second, like there is another poem comes up, and he won, like he was introduced a girl to him, but he just like cannot refuse it. So they become fiance for entire life, but didn't get married. But it's really like a pity, like he was die when he's 37 years old. So like he was starting like, but you know that during like his let me see, during the time he was starting he was starting his works at 17 to 37. In these 20 years, he created more than 300 works. And even Da Vinci like was lived until 60. Plus the pencil script and hand script, he and the incomplete works, he only did 50. So Raphael like have creating a really like a style of his own studio. Like he will hire like sometimes like the maximum people have more than 50 of his like student to help him to paint his work, and what he need to do is just sign it, and then so like it's really funny. So he have a really large like he was really rich like at that, and on the other hand, but he was doing that and he was having a really high EQ, so that he is like really good with other people. So, but he was die really early. Cannot imagine if he's not dying that early. So maybe he will he will having something even more creative. Okay, so now let's take a look back. Like he's one of the Roman's most important architecture architect. So when we think about Raphael, we tend to immediately label him as a painter. Yet his talent and career went beyond canvas and fresco walls. For a few years, he was considered one of Rome's most important architects. Okay, so after he died when he's 37, like the day he died actually is his birthday, and it's also the Jesus day. Like so maybe there they said it that God wanted him to paint himself a portrait when he was in his like high peak. And after he died, Raphael died, and then they said it, oh, his life was conquered the nature after he died. Like the nature was going with him. So it's really like a talent people and a great master, but die really early. So we are going to do his portrait for today. Okay, so as always, we are using oil pastel for it. Okay. Let me get the tape and paper. Okay, so let's do it together. Okay, so as always, I'm not going to waste so many paint, so try to be really careful, okay? Okay, so let's start it. Okay, so first we are going to draw out the face of him. It's really light, but I am so sorry about that. But I'm not going to do a really like. Okay, so here. Oh, I need to have some music. Okay. So let me play some music. Okay, come on, come on. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the face a little bit bigger. Maybe still get rid of the line. This might be a little bit yellow, not that pinky color. I think it will be fine, okay? And Just I hate their light color. Like the pencil will be taking away. So the first basic layer of the color. And then some lighter color on this side. Nose and mouth is over here. I need to have the skin color here. Blended the color a little bit. And this part, this side, have some color blended. I feel like if we can do their yellow for the first layer, I think it will be easier. A little bit coming out like that. Darker color. I'm trying to like blend the color and more, make it more cute. And move the eye around it to here. Because at first I was doing it. Okay, and then it will be their pinky face around here. And then blended the edge. And then the nose will be a little bit brownish color here. Blended the color a little bit. And a little bit dark color. Okay. This is black. Okay, and then the eyebrow. Let me get rid of some paint because actually it's too much and the paint. Okay, so light brown color here. Then I just like the shadow from the blended the color. Oh yeah, some dark colors coming out. Get rid of it. Make sure when you clean out, okay. So you see that his eyelid are really light. And they're really like a dark color. Like 滤镜, like a Korean eyebrow. Okay, so now is the hat. The clothes is black. Let's do the background for the bright red. Some yellow here. Right. Some brown. combine with like this brown and this mixed together will be the background color, like these two colors. And the color, I need to make sure those dots you see that if I getting the black first, the color will keep coming out, so that's why I will leave it. And then blend these two color, okay? And then there's a shadow here. And where's my brown? Some shadow here. Okay, and the hat. The hat and the clothes, that is really easy. And there's a little tiny black clothes here. And then I'm going to do the hair for him. Okay. Adding some more. 土黄色。Brown. Yellow. Here's really dark yellow. This one. The brown color for the hair. I need to at least have that much hair. Otherwise, the face is too big. And then have some black here. Increase the texture. And some bright color here. Okay. Maybe the hat need to be worked on, like round it a little bit. The pink face maybe need to come back in a little bit. Okay, fix, okay. Right. Okay, and then we done. Wow, so fast today. Since I get to know how to do it, it's just easier. Let me take it down. Okay. Oh, the lips. Little lips. Lip color. Okay. Oh, my hand's really dirty. They're really gentle today. Let me clean out a little bit the pink. Okay, so here is how we get in the end. Is that cool? Maybe the nose need to adding a little bit brown here. Some people for the- Okay, so then we are done with the Raphael. Okay, and we are having the class going on every day from Monday to Friday, 11:45 to 12:45 for the skill training, and also weekly class. And we also have a summer camp going on. It's already started, so we have several different kind of cool class. So if you want to know more information, you can also like email us. And if you are doing the work with me, so please send your works to er@cattyfutureus.com, and we would like to share more with you. And also our camp can and the class can be purchased in shop.cattyfutureus.com. And please come and join me. And our team, we have a really great artist and great teacher to teach you different programs like literacy, academic, and different kind of class. And please subscribe us and like our video, and we will continue. And the like you send it to me is the power I can move on. Okay, and thank you very much.